Hi friends, welcome back to easyhouse.com YouTube channel. Today we'll be looking at why you should invest into real estate at this point of time. Before we start, I'll suggest that you subscribe to our channel. We've already reached around 650 subscribers and we are trying to make a community of 1 lakh subscribers. And one lucky subscriber stands a chance to win an Amazon Alexa Echo speaker worth 10,000 rupees. So if you haven't subscribed till now, I'll request you please subscribe to our channel. So today we'll be looking at why you should invest in real estate at this point of time. The real reason why you should look at investing in real estate at this point of time is they're very attractive offers and discounts which are given by developers at this point of time. The reason for this is because after corona crisis, a lot of people have actually lost their jobs and are not secure or safe enough for their future incomes to come, and hence are not looking at the demand for real estate, and especially residential and commercial real estate has gone down. So the builders are actually giving very attractive offers to individuals to invest or buy real estate property at this point of time. Considering this corona crisis, the second reason why you should look at investing in real estate is the interest rates which are offered by banks at this point of time are the lowest it has been for the last 10-15 years. So the rates are as low as they were in 2004. So we are looking at interest rates of almost below 7%. So some banks like SBI are giving home loans at 6.75 to salaried individual and a little bit higher for self-employed people. So based on what your CIBIL score is, you can get a sub 7% interest rates on your home loans. So it's a good opportunity to invest. Second is builders are giving a discount of as much as 30% in some properties, and generally the general discount rate is around 20% in the market. So this is a very good opportunity for people who haven't bought houses to own a property at this point of time. The third reason why you should invest is the government has actually extended the PM Awas Yojana till March 31st March 2021. So in this there are 4 slabs, and based on which category you fall into, you will get a subsidy of up to 2.65 lakhs. There are basically 4 categories in this. If you're salaried and or your income for your household is between 3 to 6 lakhs, you get a subsidy of almost 6.5% and on a loan of up to 6 lakh rupees. There are 2 categories basically, EWS and LIG. In EWS, your salary, your household salary has to be less than 3 lakhs. So you can avail this benefit, and your house should be up to a size of 645 square feet. This subsidy, because it's a government scheme, so there are some limitations to the scheme. The subsidy is only given for an amount of up to 6 lakhs. So if your house costs 10 lakhs and you take a loan of 8 lakhs, so only on the first 6 lakhs will the interest subsidy apply, and the 2 lakhs home loan, you have to pay whatever the bank charges you interest, say 8% or 6.75 or 7%, which is prevailing in the market. The second category is LIG. Again, the restrictions are the same. Only thing is, in this, your household income has to be less than 6 lakhs. And you can avail this, and your house size has to be 645 square feet. Apart from this, there are some other restrictions also, that this you should not have house on your name or your wife's name or your kids who are less than 18 years old on their name. Second is your age has to be between 21 to 55 years of age. The maximum loan tenure you will get will be 20 years, and the maximum subsidy you get is up to 2.65 lakhs. Another confusion in this is it available only for buying new houses? But this scheme is available for even for existing houses, or if you're trying to add an extra room or a basement or a terrace to your existing house, you can avail this scheme. The other 2 groups in this category in PM Awas Yojana are the MIG1 and the MIG2. In this, in MIG1, your salary has to be between 6 to 12 lakhs per annum, or your household income has to be 6 to 12 lakhs per annum. And in MIG2, your household income has to be between 12 to 18 lakhs per annum. And the amount you can get the loan subsidy for MIG1 is 9 lakh, and in MIG2, it is up to 12 lakhs. And the interest rate subsidy for MIG1 is 4%, and then MIG2 is 3%. And the house against which you're taking a loan, it needs to have, its carpet area has to be less than 160 square meters in case of MIG1 and 200 square meters in case of MIG2. Again, the loan tenure has to be less than 20 years, and the maximum subsidy which you will get if you're an MIG1 is around 2.35 lakhs, and the other one in MIG2 you will get 2.35 lakhs. So this subsidy, even though there's restrictions on the amount for which you will get an interest subsidy, this is very beneficial, especially if you're buying a 30-40 lakh rupee house and you get an interest subsidy of almost 2.65 lakhs. So this is a very brilliant scheme which is there in the government, and it gives you a good incentive to take a home loan at this point of time. So your effective interest rates for this initial amount becomes as low as almost 0%. So if you actually have a loan at 7% and you get a subsidy of almost 6.5% on it, 6% on it, the first 6 lakhs will be as good as 1.5% your interest rates will be. Amount above that, you will have to pay whatever the bank interest rates are. So this is the biggest incentive. The fourth thing which I like to tell you is you should take your home loans which are linked to repo rate. So the repo rates have been has come to an all-time low almost, and the recovery is not going to be very quick. So we are not looking at a V-shaped recovery. It's going to be a long, drawn process where customer behavior has changed and demand has actually come down because people are earning less, and a lot of people have been out of jobs. A lot of industries and sectors have actually got shut down. So you're not going to see demand which will pick up immediately. So the government and the RBI seeing this, that there will be a lack of demand, there will be a less push on inflation or on inflation. So I do not see interest rates going up significantly for the next 2 years or 2 to 3 years. So this will be the best time for you to get into a home loan because the interest rates will be very low for the initial 2 or 3 years perspective also. So you should not miss out on this opportunity, and make sure that you invest or buy a property. And in Corona times, the most important thing is to actually have a good, comfortable house. And this point or this opportunity is given to you, has come in front of you, where you can actually invest or buy your first property and actually move from a rented house to your self-owned property. And by doing so, you will actually end up owning an asset. And in case, if things go bad or we face a similar disease in the future, you actually will not have to worry about rent and will have a property of your own, and which will help you in probably take decisions at that point of time, which will make you more financially independent as well. So buying a property, a single property, if you don't believe in investing in real estate, but ideally everyone should actually have a property on their own name, which is not either leased where you're not paying rent or is mortgage. This period or this point of time gives you a very good opportunity to buy a good home or a real estate property for yourself at a good price point. And this is probably a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I hope you avail this. So thanks a lot for listening to our video. Another point which you should remember is, builders are also under a lot of stress because of less sales and the interest cost which is there in delayed projects. When you're buying a house or property, ideally look at the reputation of the builder, what his track record has been on delivering projects. Second is, even better option is only move into or buy properties which are already built, right? So there are a lot of empty units which are available in the market, and a lot of unsold flats which have been completed and are available in the market. If you buy those properties, your risk of being in a dilemma whether the builder will finish the project or not will go away. So that's a very big benefit which is there for individuals that move into a house which has already been constructed rather than going in and buying a property which is under construction. You can get newly constructed properties which have been finished, and you can invest or buy in these properties because this builder has already delivered the. So thanks a lot for watching our video, and again in the next video we'll come back to probably stock markets and mutual fund investments. So I hope you like one of our categories. If you want to listen more about real estate, we can make probably multiple videos on it, on what things you should look at when you're investing in real estate. So thanks a lot for watching our video, and I'll request you to please subscribe to the channel, because if you do so, you stand a chance to win an Amazon Alexa speaker worth 10,000 rupees. Thank you.